Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today I've got a very special episode for you. We're going to be taking a look at the beta version of a game called Starbound by developer Chucklefish. Now this is one I've been anticipating playing for a very long time, and if you're not familiar with this one, well, it's been billed as the spiritual successor to a game called Terraria, which you may know is kind of a big deal, and I know a lot of people are into it. I'm into it myself, and I've actually got a Let's Play going on it. And the premise here is that it's a lot of those similar ideas, you know, the sandbox procedural generation, and just take those concepts and apply them to now an infinite universe with star travel and tons of materials and different things to see that are a little bit even further out of the norm from what you could expect from that game. In addition, we've got some characterization, a variety of different species of creatures to meet and interact with, and all sorts of other things like that. So I'm not entirely sure what all of the differences are myself, because this is the very first time I've played it. I've booted it up, I've made a character, but I haven't gone beyond that. So we're going to be learning this stuff together as we try this for the very first time. So let's take a quick look at the options menu. I think it's got some of the early stuff that we need covered. Sound effects options, music, screen resolution, zoom level, speech bubbles, you definitely want those on, and full screen, well, that's all set up the way it needs to be for me. Of course, the game does have single player and multiplayer, but for the purposes of this, we're going to be doing a single player, and we'll create a new character here so we can look at the options. So we've got a human-looking character, avian, an apex, Florian, Hylotus, Hylodals, I'm not sure how to say that properly, and robots. Okay, they keep it very simple, just straight up robots. Oh, that's cute, male and female. So, I'm not sure what character I really want to be, but there are a lot of options, as you can see. We've got feather color plumage for the hair, different shirts with actually different designs instead of just a, you know, a basic color, different pants, and personality, which is sort of determined by their posture, which is kind of neat. Beak style, fluff, and then the shirt color and all that, of course. And so we could just do randomize if we want within this particular species. We could see, oh, it seems like a lot of options here, which is really good, considering if this is going to be an infinite world, having tons and tons of options means there's going to be a huge amount of diversity that we might run into as we play through the game. I'm kind of interested in the Florian characters. They're just so strange looking and kind of cool. So maybe we'll play as this character right here. And then we've got even an odd, you know, random name generator too. Hair dancer, fish drinker, Florian drinker. So it looks like it's pulling from two pools to make that. Meat finger, that's a good name. Land hunter, space Führer. Alright, that sounds good to me. So there's our character, Space Führer, and my other character, Killraiser. So let's start up a new game and see what we can see. Alright, fresh meat. Tired of Florian savagery? You have taken to the stars to pursue more honorable hunt. Your ship has run out of fuel in orbit of an unknown planet. Before setting out in search of fuel, search your ship's storage for a matter manipulator. Press E to interact with objects. So there's something right there. So we've got some quests, which never really were a thing exactly in Terraria. Not that I want to make this all about let's compare this game to Terraria. Honestly, it is its own game and just shares a bit in the, you know, the art style and sub-genre department. But other than that, I think it's an entirely new experience. So we've got, there's the matter manipulator we were looking for. And we could put that in our inventory. We've got a flashlight. Torch, definitely want that. Bone boo seed, a good source of calcium. What is this? Wheat seed. And, of course, our broken Venus sword. And it's got armor penetration, swing speed, damage per swing 28. Alright, good to know. So I guess we could probably add that to... Now, is there an equip slot here somewhere? I'll figure that out in a second. Alright, quest complete. Well done. The matter manipulator allows you to manipulate almost anything in the game world, except the reward. And shop class. It's time to teach, or search the planet for fuel. To survive down there, you'll need tools. To produce tools, you need to make yourself a crafting table. Use the ship's teleportation platform to beam down. Okay, so rewards, it looks like we get a table if we're able to beam down. Clearly that's our teleportation pad on the side there. We've got a tech selection. I just want to kind of take my time here and look through all of this stuff, because it looks like there is a lot of depth here. And this, again, is just the beta. The game is not even officially available just yet. When I'm playing it right now, it's going to be up in, it's going to be about another day or so from when this recording goes live, but then the open beta will take access or open up access, and then people will be able to filter in and start trying this out. So I like this sort of Mega Man-inspired door as well. And the fact that our ship is totally covered in plants, which gives us that, you know, the Florian feel. We can duck also, which is kind of a nice thing. So let's see if we can beam down here. Alright, Alpha, EPS, Haya Minoris. Okay, very nice. Toxic Topseed. So we're going to start looking around and seeing what there is to see on this planet. Let's see if there's a map of any kind. Doesn't seem that way. This is our basic crafting, and we need to make a wooden crafting table. To do that, we need planks. But how can I even get the wood in the first place? Do I have a way to attack things? I guess I have the sword that I had in my inventory, so let's see if we can add that on there. What do I do to get to that? So the difficulties of playing a game for the very first time. So I found my chat bar. Hey, guys. Oh, that's nice. So you can actually see, you know, boxes over your head and everything. And when I want that to go away... Oh, this is like a local and then galaxy setting, I suppose. So you can chat with people maybe outside of your range. And then... I'm just going to take a second here and figure out what the buttons are before we go... Oh, it just goes away after a moment or two. So I guess that's fine. Oh, look at this. We've got a strange creature over here. I'm not sure what you are, but you look dangerous. There it is. So it's under I for inventory. Kind of an obvious thing you would think, right? Tech slots. Can I put it... Oh, there we go. Just put it up in my hotbar on the top. And now I've got a sword. Wow, that's quite an animation. It's a big swing on that sword. Alright, and this sword is broken, so it's probably not going to be all that strong, but it should allow me to take this guy out fairly easily, and it did. But how do I chop down one of these trees? Let's use our matter manipulator, I suppose. That looks like it's doing the job. Things are becoming unstable. It seems to be shaking more and more. And I'm hoping this will erupt in a pile of wood that I can use for a crafting table any moment now. I like the look of that, too. It's got a little bit of that, like, Dead Space, Isaac Clarke thing to it. Oh, look at that. The tree actually falls over and everything, instead of just exploding. So do I have enough to make a table? I'm not sure. Let's see. What did I get there from that? Oh, it just goes into my hotbar. So this is 27 up at the top. And, okay, I can actually just plunk it down from my hotbar if I want. Oh, and then there's also spiky with leafy. What did I just do? Oh, I guess I did the magnifying glass on it, so you can actually identify what things are. Test bush with grass. This is kind of funny, actually. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to actually build a crafting table. I can plunk some wood down here. That's not exactly what I want to do, so I can actually use this to build structures right now. That's actually using up a bunch of the wood, though, so I don't necessarily want to do that. And I'm doing a scroll wheel to toggle between all this lovely music. I have to say the presentation is very classy. And we're getting the unrefined wood back. Is it the same amount that I got when I used it? I'm not really sure. Let's keep walking, though. I want to see... Oh, wow. Big scary beast. Okay, and we actually go into fight music and everything, so it's more of a delineated RPG trope when you get into a run-in with an enemy, from what I can tell. Oh, some kind of other thing behind us now, and this thing looks pretty strong. Reminds me a lot of sprites from Pokemon, to be honest with you. Not that that's a bad thing. They also have levels, if you haven't noticed, which is a thing that I'm kind of interested in. We've got 105 pixels now, too. And it looks like we can go down into the depths of this cave here, and we've got a very, very dim light around us, which is not really going to work. So why don't we get our torch? Oh, geez, I'm being attacked. Don't really want to be down here and be attacked at the same time. Alright, we're good. You gonna come after me? Oh, I've taken quite a bit of damage, actually, so I need to figure out about healing a little bit. Or how that even works. So what are these? A toxic, but also toxic-looking fruit. Everything's toxic, but I was hoping since I was of the Florian persuasion that maybe that would not affect me quite as much. So maybe I need to cook some meat or something before I can actually heal myself up. Should look also at the options here on the sidebar. I guess that's kind of one way to handle that, right? So there's our crafting thing over on the wrench here. I was just looking for the hotkey on it on the keyboard, but I guess that's not really necessary. Then we've got a logbook. I guess this is to go back to our ship. And what is this? Quest journal. Okay, so there's actually quite a bit of different things we need to know about. Torch and unrefined wood for a campfire. Why don't we make one of those? And a wooden crafting table. Oh, I needed more planks, so actually... Well, let's plunk this sucker down right here. And see if that's of any consequence. Will that heal me or anything? Inspect. Florian afraid of campfire, but Florian likes to cook. Okay, fair enough. Oh, geez, that's a new enemy. It looks like a freaking Bulbasaur crossed with a dinosaur of some kind, or maybe an octopus or something. Alright, so the enemies certainly are pretty common, it seems. But that also might vary to do with the biome that we're in and what kind of planet it is as well. So there's a lot of different factors at play there. I'm going to assume that our matter manipulator is extremely weak just due to the fact that we're starting out, and there's probably going to be upgrades for that as well. It seems like there is a huge amount of content already, just from the fact that, like, I've walked only a few feet in one direction and already seen this much stuff. Alright, there we go. Is this going to be enough for me to handle what I need to do? Maybe? Oh, the monsters seem to be making some sort of flatulence noise. Let's leave them to be by themselves for the moment. And then we'll go back to our crafting area. We need 35, I have 46, so I just probably need to put those out of my hotbar and into my inventory. And I don't really want to have these toxic seeds necessarily up here. I'm sure we could find something better to do with them. I guess things like automatically jump up there. Alright, so now we hopefully can... Nope, still need to do something. What am I doing wrong here? I don't see... Oh, I need to make planks out of them. Okay, right. So, I've played plenty of sandbox games, and yet for some reason every time there's something that I don't quite get. And then, you know, play it for a few minutes and it starts to make sense. There we go. So we've got planks, make a crafting table, got that. Quest complete. We get a reward. I think we got a table. But now you're likely beginning to feel hungry. Food can be found in a variety of places, but in a pinch, hunting is your best option. Obtain some alien meat by killing a monster with a bow, and cook it on a campfire. Produce cooked alien meat. Alright, I'll take it. I don't necessarily know that I want to have a bow, but I do have the sword and everything. So, how do I do this now? It's raining on my head. I would like to maybe get some shelter. Although, you know, I am a creature of plant heritage, so maybe that's actually not the worst thing. I also have a flashlight here, which I should be potentially messing around with. So what happened to my crafting table? Did that... Oh, it went up here, right? No? I've got tons and tons of planks. And I've got a table. Oh, that is the thing. Okay. Done. Okay, so now crafting should be able to commence. I can make a bow with plant fiber and unrefined wood. But do I have enough for arrows, or do arrows just kind of come along with the territory there? How does this go? Oh, yeah, I guess I do have arrows. Does it not have its own, like, a number for that? I'm so used to that being an ammo number. Oh, this is actually pretty powerful, but I'm probably gonna die. I felt a little bit better using the sword, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be the end of that character. So what happens when we die? Plants a seed and creates... Wow, that's kind of creepy. It looked a little bit like one of the aliens from the Alien movies. Alright, so we're back. I guess that's one way to handle regeneration. And if we teleport back down... Oh, it actually puts us right at a campfire, so that's kind of nice. Why don't we wander off in this other direction here, now that we've got our bow and arrow and such? Is this... It's like water, okay. Oh, poisoned water. Everything's poisoned here. And that should probably poison this enemy as well, who seems to be pretty immobilized by being under the water there. It's probably going to poison the meat. I would have a problem imagining that I would want to eat this. Alright, it died, but it doesn't drop anything, so let's keep going. Do I want to cut down one of these, see what we get? I mean, we haven't even started to dig into anything. This is all just what we find on the surface, on one planet, in like an infinite, endless solar system. So I don't know. This seems freaking amazing to me. I think we're going to have a long way before we get to anything particularly deep in this game. Right now, you know, as you would expect, being that this is the first time I've played this, it's all totally fresh and new and kind of daunting a little bit, but in a good way. Alright, do you drop... Anybody drop steak? I would like to find some of that. Can we use... There we go, pick that. What is this green little orb here? And a seed, I suppose. And we can climb up here. Oh, we found a treasure chest. Oh, I probably could have just hit E on that, couldn't I have? So we got pixels, old chest, coal ore, platinum ore. So we've got some ore. That's good for us. And I'm very happy that we've got the ability to actually hit stuff with the sword. Otherwise, I think I would be a little bit put off just trying to hunt stuff with arrows for now. I noticed there is some sort of an ore here in the wall. I guess in lieu of a mining pick, we can also do things this way. Although this seems to take quite a while. We've got a coal ore. And it does seem to be starting to get dark out now. Moving on. I don't want to get too far away from my base camp, but I do also want to do a little bit of looking around. Looks like a larger gap there with poison water again. Let's see what our flashlight does for us. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I really like how the light actually radiates like that, and looks like a couple of enemies down there. Can I put a torch up? Not really sure what I can plant torches up on. Oh, there we go. That does the job. Oh, careful now. Definitely feels like a bit more of an RPG experience, less action game, although that as well. Alright, now things are getting a little dark. And I really don't have very many torches at all, but I do have the flashlight at least. And we found some water. Kind of curious how the water flows in this game. I guess I could just, like, knock a little bit out of the side here to see what happens. Oh, it just went away. I didn't really get a good indication there. It doesn't appear that I can climb on these vines, but maybe I can harvest them for something? Looks like I can pretty much manipulate just about anything that I find. And it looks like it's shaking. It's probably going to break off. It's just taking quite a while. I'm sure whatever this matter manipulator is, we can probably upgrade it soon enough and get it to be a little bit more powerful. Oh, it just turns into plant fibers. I guess that's what I would have expected from it anyway. Alright, what's this ore in the wall here? Some kind of orangish tan-colored material. And there appears to be a bunch of it over there. We've got copper. Okay, so there's the beginnings of what perhaps could be armor. And my health, as you've noticed, is completely drained, so I definitely need to figure out how to handle that. I know there was like a gauze or some sort of medical apparatus in my crafting before... where was that? Bandage, right. Just need fabric for that, but how do I get fabric? I would imagine using plant fibers or something like that. So you don't have a crafting man to help us out with this stuff this time. At least not right now. And it looks like you can actually go through half tiles, as long as things are roughly the exact height of you, and you can actually duck, so I guess that would help as well. I think that's about all the ore we're going to get out of that. Oh, look how pretty in the background. There's a big old planet hanging out. Not sure if there's going to be more dangerous stuff at night. I guess we'll see on our way back. Oh, is that different? Yeah, some kind of scary thing. If I take a single hit, though, I'm pretty much done. Yep, there we go. Man, there's a lot of strange creatures wandering around. But that's kind of part of the appeal, isn't it? This is really exciting and a lot of fun, and I'm not sure how this is going to fit into the scope of coverage on my channel, but I really want to play a whole bunch of this right now. The only thing stopping me is the fact that I don't want to necessarily make an hour-long video of this game when there's probably going to be other videos. Well, I don't know that for a fact just yet, but I'm kind of thinking there should be. Feel a little bad if there wasn't. So, so far my plan for recouping my health is die and start over, and that's not necessarily right at all. I know I should probably start thinking about seeing what I can craft out of the various materials. Also, I should find out if there's falling damage in this. Okay, just made that. Oh, that duck thing makes a horse sound. And it's really dark. Okay, I'm dead already. That thing was way too strong for me. So that kind of proved the point that I should really stop trying to just charge in head first. It's not going to result in anything good for us. Come on now. One more time. Let's see if we can craft anything out of the materials that I'd found. What are these? So we can sort them by their usefulness, it looks like. So materials, armor, swords, weapons, I guess. Meats or sustaining food type items. Crafting or tools, perhaps. And furniture or house stuff. And then question marks like miscellaneous, I guess. So it looks like based on what I actually have in my inventory, it doesn't seem like a whole bunch of stuff is all that accessible to me. Although, if it's up in my hotbar, I guess it doesn't really count as in my inventory, so I should probably put that stuff in there. And I could go ahead and, like, build a little shelter or something if I really want to. I guess out of dirt for the moment, because what else am I going to do? I don't know how to make doors just yet, so we'll just do one of these. And that's pretty bad, but it's a start. We can go ahead and add more to that whenever, or cut away at it. Should probably have a door at some point, because that's kind of important in a structure. I like how it's sort of easy to manipulate these surfaces, and that you can build them in slightly more meaningful increments. Because it's nice to have the smaller resolution that I feel you have in Terraria generally, but it's also nice to be able to see a little bit better what you're doing. And, alright, let's get our flashlight out. These guys are a little scary. If we put a torch down here... let's use our bow and arrow and see if they maybe can be hunted from this distance. Oh, they'll just jump across the gap at us. Should try and play a little bit smarter instead of falling in holes constantly and stuff. This is bad. Oh, I'm not sure they can get out of there. Time for something heroic. Okay, it's completely pitch black. Oh, they're just stuck right next to me. Can I just slice? What if yeah, if I duck, that'll work. Ooh, they do like half my entire health bar in one hit. What are you doing? I can't see anything. You're right there. And you seem remarkably unalarmed that I've been attacking you. There we go. Okay, I hunted the thing. I got some alien meat. Now let's go back and cook the meat and see about what that does for us. And I should probably put it in my inventory. That's the thing I seem to need to get used to, that this stuff seems to always go to your hotbar, but you want it to go to your inventory instead. Unless I'm just misunderstanding how that's working. So now we've got the meat. Do I want to put it on the stove, on the campfire? Is that a thing we can do? Nope. What if I put it up here? And click down there. Nope. Oh, cook. Okay, there's actually a cook menu. Go. Alright, so it's kind of a Minecraft-y system for the cooking. Quest complete! Enjoy if you're a vegetarian, toss it away and start planting crops. Oh. Well, I guess I am, actually. Out of the frying pan, it's time to craft a furnace. You'll need to obtain some cobblestone, a campfire, and some coal. I like how it sort of strings you along a little bit to help you learn the game with basic quests as you're just getting started. I think that's a very reasonable way to do things. If you'd like to know exactly how much of each you need, access a crafting table, untick materials available, and mouse over recipe to see its ingredients, accept. Very nice. So then we can actually go right over here. There's some cobblestone readily available, and I know that I do have those wheat seeds, so that's something I would probably want to do, being that I'm made of plants. Although, isn't that like cannibalism? I don't know, do plant characters want to eat meat? I don't really know. Maybe that says that somewhere in the character bios. I should probably look into that. So the one thing I would wonder is, how do they manage, being that all of these planets are totally procedurally generated, like, how do they manage to have the proper ladder or hierarchy of resources as you proceed through each area, right? So you've got all these places that you never know what you're going to run into, but if you're starting out, maybe you need a certain thing that you're not going to be able to get to normally. Well, maybe the first planet is actually optimized for your first character or something like that. There's a bunch of cobblestone. And I did get a little bit of coal before. So then, what is it? Tools. Oh, I don't see it anywhere in there. Oh, same thing again. Keep making that same mistake. Cobblestone there. And does it show up now? Nope. And you can actually search for things on the list, but I don't have a schematic for it, evidently, so maybe that's why I can't make it. Well, that's okay. I think this is actually probably a pretty good time to wrap up the video anyway. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty excited about this game. Oh, I like this. I didn't even notice there's like a little laser sight where your matter manipulator's hovering over things. It's always been bright before, so I didn't get to notice. But yeah, it's really exciting. There's a lot to see and do in this game. Clearly, I'm going to be spending hours on it, getting poisoned and discovering things and meeting NPCs and generally trying to learn a little bit about the universe that we seem to be inhabiting. I mean, hundreds of materials, thousands of items, and this is just the beta, so I have no idea what lies ahead. But the mystery is what draws us back, right? I mean, that's kind of why Terraria had such legs to it, because you didn't really know what was still to come yet. And when you take that idea and you broaden it out to such an immense scope, it just seems even more exciting than ever. So, I don't know. I'm pretty hyped for this game. I hope you guys are as well. If you are indeed interested in going ahead and trying this out, in about a day's time from this being available, this video, I mean, you should be able to grab yourself an open beta copy. I forgot my poison was actually adding up to that extent, so we actually died from the poison damage again. But yeah, I'll have the link in there for a pre-order if you want to go ahead and grab it. I'm sure all of you guys are going to be playing this very soon, and I'm sure this video is going to be rather awkward since it was my very first time, so I apologize for any of that intrinsic cringeworthiness that comes along with playing a game for the first time, but hopefully you can understand my position, and I will be much more proficient very soon. And this is coming from somebody who's played over 100 hours of Terraria in my life, so that it is still probably a little bit embarrassing, I understand that. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to leave me a little bit of support in the form of a like, only if you feel like I deserved it, of course. And, of course, also be sure to check out my other episodes and my other stuff in the description of this video, in addition to having the links that are relevant to this particular game. There will also be all of my other social media links, like my Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch channel, and, of course, Indie-Impressions, which is my website where I store every single video that I've done in this series now. This is going to be, like, very close to the 600th episode of the series. So they're all categorized and sorted for you over there if you want to check out more. Feel free to take your time, and of course leave me a comment if you'd like to let me know what you think about this particular game. Oh my goodness, we found a new enemy. But I know Starbound is something that a lot of people are going to have a lot of things to say about, so I am interested in hearing the discussion on this one. And be sure to come back again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, so I'll see you back for that. And I will probably see you back for some other Starbound videos and coverage in the future as well. So I will talk to you later, and I hope you have a lovely night.